It's a Sunday morning and I left it a tiny bit later than usual, 15 minutes later than usual. We had all sorts of commotion trying to get out the house. Elsa didn't want to leave, Batty didn't want to leave, Bear wanted to be out. We had them coming in and out and in and out, and couldn't get them all out at the same time because the dogs don't like the gunshots. Well, Bear's not so bothered. I don't think Bear has any idea about anything. He just knows that it's all fun, so he wants to go and play out. Whereas Batty and Elsa don't like gunshots and didn't really want to come out, and they can't stay in while I'm not there. If you want to live in rural Portugal and France as well, in rural France, has hunters. Well, it's the evening time of walk again, if you can call this evening, but later on in the day, it started off being evening, but just seems so light now. When we started doing this, it was just as it was going to go dark and the sun was setting as we got back. Now we've got a couple of hours really of daylight from when we set off, possibly a bit more. So we're off on our wander. It's really quiet and peaceful. We've seen a truck. It's very random that you see occasional vehicles on this walk, it being a track. But I guess it's a shortcut for some. So I saw a truck with a IVC in the back, and he stopped to say something in Portuguese, and he was big smiles talking to the dogs. So I just smiled and held the dogs, let Batty wave at him, and then he drove off. So both dogs very well behaved. I've seen a little pile of processionary caterpillars all in a little snuggly ball on the floor. So the dogs didn't go anywhere near them, and I took a picture of them from a few feet away. But to be quite honest, at this time of day, they're going to be a bit cold, and they're probably starving. In fact, they're starving to death, I'd say, because there was nowhere near a pine tree, and processionary caterpillars need to go down a tree of a certain height and get all the nutrition from the certain different ages of the tree of a certain height before it finds the base of the tree where it snuggles itself down and makes its little cocoon and turns into a moth in the dead pine needles, which obviously it's not going to find on a rock path nowhere near pine trees. So it's obviously maybe been blown on the wind and gone on a march, got tired, got hungry, and processionary caterpillars only eat pine. Well, pine processionaries do. Oak processionaries only eat oak. So, unfortunately, there's little guys who are very likely to have made the transition by tomorrow morning. And as much as I want to help, it's also a natural part of life. And they're just doing what they do. Some animals are not really born in the right place, in the right environment for their survival, really. And it's not just survival of the fittest, but they've got to be in the right environment to be able to get all the nutrition they need to see it through to the next phase of life. And it's like that with humans too. So we can't always get involved and help, and it's sad, but at the same time it's all a part of living and life and the life cycle. So maybe a hoopie will find them and enjoy a rather large, scrumptious, delicious feast. Who knows? In other news, my mum has messaged me to say, be wary, there's a world shortage of tomatoes. I'm not quite sure why or where there's a world shortage of tomatoes, but apparently there is. It's possibly to do with weather, but that many people grow things indoors nowadays. Part of southern Spain, I learnt just recently, if you look on the maps, on Google Maps, it looks like it's all white and it looks really mountainous on the satellite image, but if you go in close, it's all plastic. I was like, whoa, and the amount of plastic there was unreal, and it all comes out and ends up in the sea and the rivers, and it's quite a sight, really. Another shocking way that us humans are busy doing and not honouring our natural environment. So maybe the wind took out a load of plastic sheeting and that has affected the world's tomatoes, but who knows. So I've already got tomato seeds, but I'm not ready to grow any tomatoes or anything yet. I really want to take time to observe and feel into things and prepare things in this first year, and not be jumping into growing veg. There's plenty to do with the home and getting everywhere else right before anything else happens, and of course making sure I'm right for volunteers to come, so you can have a comfortable breakaway where you can learn stuff, feel safe, and just be in the beautiful Portuguese countryside. So well, me and Batty and Bear are gonna go now and enjoy what's left of our walk.